If you're still feeling unsure about what path to take after Year 11, we know this might feel like a really daunting time. DanCop and Luminate Careers have worked together to produce this video for you to help you work out how to make the right decision for you and to learn more about the different options available out there, helping you get set up and well on your way to an exciting future.
Career decisions can be tough. Sometimes it feels like everyone around you has a plan and knows what they want to do. If you're feeling uncertain about your options and struggling to make decisions, then this video could help you. In times of great change and uncertainty, such as now with COVID-19, things can sometimes feel out of control and your options might feel limited, but it could also be an exciting time. It could make you consider options that you hadn't before, or look at situations in a different light. When it comes to your work life, deciding is more than just making random choices. Ask yourself these 6 questions to improve your decision-making skills. Before making any decision, you need to have a think about what you're trying to achieve and know what your own goal is. In Year 8 or Year 9, most students choose their GCSE options. How did you decide on yours? Were you influenced by your friends' choices, which is common, or did you have a particular career or a path in mind? Were you thinking about what subjects and where they could lead you to? Looking back, what have you learned through making that choice? Would you do anything differently? Take time to step back rather than making a rushed decision that you might regret later. To make a good decision, you need the right information. For example, to choose the right college, you'll need to know what courses they offer. You might want to find a bit about where previous students moved on to and what their progressions were. You'll need to know the entry requirements, and you might want to find out what the timetable will look like. The resources and equipment they use might also be important to you, and how to get there, what are the bus routes like, and so on. Then it's for you to understand what your priorities are. Taking in too much information can always feel overwhelming, so decide first what information is most important to you. Some people find it helpful to write things down on paper, post-it notes, or mind mapping. It can be really useful to write down a list of the pros and cons. Then you'll be able to see which list outweighs the other. Here's an example of what that list might look like when deciding between 2 colleges. Here you will see both colleges have pros and cons. You need to weigh up which one is suitable for you. Taking a rational approach to decisions is really important, but listening to your gut feeling is too. Very often a particular path or a plan makes total sense on paper, but your emotions and how you feel about it may be at odds. It might not fit with your own personal values. It could be that something inside you just doesn't feel right. You might not always have the time to talk through a decision. What you could try is to think about, or even say out loud to yourself, how you would explain your decision if someone important to you were to ask. Very often, hearing yourself say something out loud will give you the clarity you're looking for. Try some hypothetical decision making. How would you go about buying a new phone or a new pair of trainers? Think about the process that you use when you make a decision in your personal life. What would you do if you had to advise a close friend on making a decision? What advice would you give to them? You could also imagine taking away one of the options that are within one of your decisions. How do you feel now that that option is not on offer anymore? The overarching question to have in your mind when making these decisions is, how do you want to see yourself in the future? How do you want to make a difference? And what impact do you want to make on the world?
Now that you understand the key steps to effective decision making and how to choose the best option for you, it's time to learn more about the different choices that are available. Once you've finished Year 11, all 16 to 18 year olds must be enrolled in some form of education or training. We will go through some of the most common options that are available. Let's start off by looking at A-levels. This qualification route might feel most similar to studying for GCSEs, though you'll be learning about the subject at a higher level and may be expected to be more independent. Unlike GCSEs, you'll usually choose to study only 3 or 4 different subjects, and the choice is completely yours as to which subjects you pick. You may choose to continue subjects that you've previously studied at GCSE, such as English literature, art, or computer science. Alternatively, you could use this as an opportunity to study subjects that interest you which you've not previously studied, such as criminology, film studies, or geology. A-levels can be studied either at a local sixth form or at some further education colleges. The way you study for your A-levels might vary slightly from provider to provider and dependent on the subjects that you choose, so it is important to ask any questions that you do have. Generally though, as an A-level student, you'll follow a weekly timetable and spend time in lessons learning about your A-level subjects, a bit like you used to at school. Unlike school, however, you'll most likely be given periods within your timetable for independent study time, giving you the opportunity to complete any set work, do further reading and revise for any upcoming assessments. A-levels are usually assessed by undertaking exams, which usually take place at the end of your 2 years of study. A-levels are a great choice for those who want to study subjects that they're interested in more depth, or for those who'd like to keep their options open by studying a broad range of subjects. A-levels are a firm stepping stone towards university, if you decide to go, and to an exciting career. If you choose A-levels, most universities will ask for you to have 3 A-levels in order to progress. If you already have a career or university course in mind, it is worth checking whether they ask for you to have any specific A-level subjects, and use that to inform your decision making. Let's now think about BTECs, another post-16 qualification available and one that works in a slightly different way to A-levels. Perhaps you've already studied for a BTEC subject alongside your GCSEs, so may feel familiar with the mode of study. However, it's important to recognise that there are likely to be some differences when studying at post-16. BTECs are seen as a vocational qualification, which means they can prepare you for certain careers and give you the skills and knowledge needed to succeed. Unlike A-levels, where you choose 3 or 4 different subjects to study, BTECs usually allow you to focus on one broader subject area to specialise in, for example, health and social care or manufacturing engineering. Having chosen your one subject area, you will study different modules as part of the BTEC qualification, allowing you to become a real expert. For example, if you choose to study a BTEC Extended Diploma in Health and Social Care, modules you might study as part of the qualification could include things such as human lifespan development, meeting individual care needs, and promoting public health. The ways you are assessed on a BTEC qualification can vary, to include a range of coursework, presentations, exams, and other assignments. Another key feature of BTEC qualifications is that some may include work placements, providing you with valuable experience. BTEC qualifications are provided at further education colleges and at some local sixth forms. Just like with all post-16 qualifications, you will be expected to be more independent, and your method of learning will likely be a mix of scheduled lessons, practical workshops, and independent study time. BTECs are also offered at a range of different levels, from level 1 up to level 3. If you already have the minimum GCSE entry requirements needed, and it is available in the subject you are interested in, you should be able to enrol straight onto a level 3 BTEC. It's important to remember that if you wish to progress onto university, most universities require you to have a level 3 BTEC Extended Diploma, which is equivalent to 3 A-levels. If you are unsure about which type of qualification you can take, the college or sixth form should be able to help you. Again, if you do have a university course or future career in mind, it's important to check whether they have any specific entry requirements that you'd need to meet. BTECs are a fantastic choice for people who have a specific interest in a particular subject, career or industry, and the qualification will allow you to learn about the subject in more depth whilst giving you the skills and knowledge you need for a future successful career. The final common post-16 option that we'll explore in this video is apprenticeships. This is a route available which allows you to continue your education and gain a qualification through a mode of work-based learning. This means that the majority of your time will be spent on the job working with an employer, developing your skills, gaining experience and completing day-to-day tasks, just like your colleagues. Whilst this practical, hands-on style of learning will really appeal to some people, it is important to note that your on-the-job learning will be combined with some study in the classroom. This could be in the form of attending college or a training provider for 1 day a week, for example. Just like with BTECs, apprenticeships are available at a range of levels, but it is important to remember that if you do want to progress onto university or a degree apprenticeship in the future, you will need a level 3 qualification under your belt. When you're looking for apprenticeships, these are called advanced apprenticeships. It's always best to check what progression opportunities are available from your apprenticeship and ask any questions if you are unsure. As an apprentice, you'll be classed as an employee, which means you'll be paid a wage for your work of at least the rate of national minimum wage for apprentices. This route also means you'll need to apply for apprenticeships, just like you'd apply for any other job. So make sure you have an excellent CV and cover letter ready to go, which showcases your skills to really impress the employer. It's always a good idea to get somebody you trust to look over your CV and get any feedback. Apprenticeships that are available to apply for can be found at gov.uk/apply-apprenticeship. This will also tell you more about the type of job you might be doing, where you'll do your training, the qualification you'll gain from your apprenticeship, and what you can expect to be paid. Apprenticeships are a fantastic post-16 option for people who are motivated, have a specific career in mind or a sector they'd like to work in, prefer a hands-on style of learning, and someone who is confident they could complete study and training alongside a job.
If those options don't sound quite right for you, then you can consider a local college, many of whom offer level 1 and level 2 courses. These can give you a good foundation to a new skill or a new subject area and help you build on your English and math skills if you need to. Training providers also offer level 1 and 2 courses. These tend to be like small colleges and will offer a variety of courses such as construction, catering, hospitality, horticulture, hair and beauty, and many more. Some training providers may offer you a traineeship. These support you to develop employability skills and can prepare you for an apprenticeship in the future. You can also look at volunteering to get some experience in different areas. This is particularly useful if you're interested in working within health and social care. Over the next few weeks, there'll be lots of opportunities to find out more about the options that we've spoken about today.
We hope this video has helped you to start thinking about which route to take after Year 11. Remember, it is your decision to make, but there are people out there who can help. Keep an eye out for further videos on your future opportunities over the next few weeks. If you do still have any questions, please contact us at Dankop or Luminate using the emails on the screen, or visit our websites for more information and helpful resources.